Wolf will sign Pennsylvania's Real ID law, starting the process of bringing our Commonwealth into compliance with federal law. 8 on Your Side government reporter Mike Straub turned to ID security experts to find out what changes it could mean for your ID.
This security laminate is exactly the same on every ID, and it's got three of our technologies in it.
Jim Keller knows more about your ID than you do.
There's some covert technologies, which I'm not going to point out.
Lancaster's OPSEC Security works with the state to develop technologies that protect your ID.
And we actually put this in place after 9/11.
Now, Pennsylvania is getting Real ID compliant, and the federal law lists requirements for your license, things like your picture, your info, and security measures. In fact, OPSEC says Pennsylvania's physical IDs are already real enough.
We believe the current ID in Pennsylvania to the Real ID Act on the security features for the hard card is absolutely compliant.
Keep in mind you would still have to get a new one because Real ID law becomes complicated in these special requirements where you must prove you're a lawful resident of the country. But if you have a birth certificate and a social security card, the process should be very simple. If you're worried about price, the experts say even with all that security, the cost of producing your ID is still pretty cheap.
He's going to run somewhere under $2.
On Your Side, Mike Straub, News 8.
You would need a Real ID compliant ID to board domestic flights and enter some federal buildings by January of 2018. However, that deadline could be extended, and getting a Real ID would not be required if you didn't want one.